We are going to be talking about facilitating creative and critical thinking through curation and collaboration. Our learning objectives for this week: we're going to be creating a multimedia video project. You'll take the images and the audio files that you created last week and combining them to make a video project. Then you're going to upload your video project to VoiceThread so that next week we can have collaborative discussions about your video. The other thing that we're going to do this week is talk about curation. So for your portfolio project, you'll be curating tech integration tools and strategies and using a resource of your choice. I originally planned for you to use Wix in your website, but there's some other tools you might want to use instead. Let's start by talking about curation. And you'll be actually making a digital curation for your portfolio project. So what is curation? Well, think about a museum curator. They take resources and combine those resources into a display. So we'll be doing that, but it will be a digital display of resources that we've learned about in this course and other resources that you know about. So how does curation promote critical thinking? First of all, in finding the resources, you'll have to use your critical thinking. You can use your professional learning network, such as your Twitter or your Google Reader, to find good resources. You'll have some resources from this course, and you can search the internet by doing some smart searching. To do this, you'll be using criteria to decide which resources to include. One thing is that you'll be choosing valuable resources. They should be high quality and trustworthy. Then you'll be categorizing the resources. How does this promote creative thinking? Well, you'll have to use your creative thinking to design your curation project. You'll be planning and you'll create the format for it. And hopefully you'll be giving us some new insights and alternative points of view as you put together your curation project. Now, there's different resources that we can use in these to create this curation project. LiveBinders is one of them. You could use a website, such as the Wix website that we started. You can use Digo, and some of you might want to use Pinterest. So let's get started and look at some different resources. We'll start with Digo. Since all of you have a Digo account now, you could use Digo for this project and by creating a list. So down here we can see my lists, and it made a tech integration list. So this is what my list looks like, and you see I have categories here. So you can add a section, and these are the sections. Categories so far: classroom management and assessment. And then you can add your resources to it. You can add links, and you could add images. So let's look and see how we would do this. I can add a bookmark, an image, or a note. Let's say I want to add an image. So I'll go here and add the image. Let's say I'm going to add this Prezi image. So I can start to upload the image, and I get an error. Okay, now I added this image, and I can choose to add it to my list. I'm going to add it to my tech integration resources. I'm going to name it Prezi, and here I can add my tags, and I'm going to put in tech integration. I could put in software, what other tags I want, then describe it here, save it. And now it's saved. If I go back to my library, I'll see that it's up there, and it will be in my tech integration list. So here it is, and now I can choose to put it wherever I want by moving it here, and I can put it down here in my assessment category. So that's how you can add an image. So here's one way that you can curate resources by adding sections and then putting resources in your sections. Another resource that you could use is live binders. Here's an example. Someone has curated a bunch of resources for Creative Commons, and what they've done is they've created these tabs, and each tab has a number of resources in it. You can see all the different categories that were added here and the myriad of resources that are in each category. Another resource that you could use is Wix. So this is my Wix website, and this is what I use actually to curate technology integration resources. And here are my categories. So under teaching I have these different categories, and one of them is deepening learning, and here I have a description for the different sections or categories, and there's tools within each category. So that's how you could use your Wix website to show the different categories and all the resources within the categories. And again, these can be links, they can be images, they can be websites, blogs, anything that will add to your ideas for your curation project. Another tool that you might want to use is Pinterest. With Pinterest you can make different boards. So this one is Products I Love. You can look and see different boards that I created. And you can create your own boards and put your own links and images in the boards. So those are just some resources that you might want to use for your project. Let's look at what we're going to be doing this week. So first you're going to be making your multimedia mini project, and you can see you'll be combining your video, your audio, your images that you created last week. You can use Windows Live Movie Maker, or you can use iMovie. I put a link here for a tutorial and made a tutorial for iMovie for you. If you already know how to use this and you want to try something new, you might want to try this video. It's kind of a fun tool to use. There's a video here that explains it. So once you do that, then you're going to upload that project to VoiceThread. Here are the directions for doing that. And then you're going to create your digital curation project. Now this is going to take the place of your portfolio project in the syllabus, but instead of only giving you the choice of Wix, I'm giving you a choice of whatever product you want to put those things in. So this week you are going to work on steps 1 and 2 for that project, decide which tool you want to use, and decide on your categories. Then go into the class discussion board and report what you've decided. What I created here are some scaffolding for your curation tools. For step 1, here's the different tools that I talked about. And for step 2, here's some of the tools you might want to think about that we learned about in this class. Think about what categories you want. How would you categorize these things? What tools would you want to include in your collection? What additional tools might you add? So those are the things we're going to be working on this week. As always, if you have any questions, please email me or text me.